Did Trump really dare to call the Duchess of the Sussex nasty? It is no secret. Trump regularly insults lots of women, calling them nasty, vindictive, horrible, or much worse. But has Meghan Markle become the latest victim of his verbal abuse? What actually happened between the two of them, and what is the truth? Hi, I'm Clive. You're watching OSSA. So let's clear everything up in this video. To understand what is really going on, we should go back to 2016, a time when the US was still Trumpless and Meghan had just met her future husband. During an interview with Larry Wilmore, Meghan made it vocal that she was not a fan of Donald Trump's candidacy. She said Trump was misogynistic and divisive and showed her support for Hillary Clinton. Trump has made it easy to see that you don't really want that kind of world that he's painting, Markle said back then. Then she even noted that she would probably move to Canada if Trump wins. Well, she practically kept her promise and did move out. And now, 3 years later, Donald Trump, along with his wife Melania, are in the UK on the 3-day visit. During the welcoming procedure, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle seemed to keep themselves as far away as possible, though they had a pretty good excuse for that, as Meghan is currently on maternity leave following the birth of her son, Archie. Nevertheless, she did appear at the Trooping the Color parade recently, although this event was more of an exception, as the Duchess will remain on maternity leave until the fall. Anyhow, Trump was solemnly welcomed by the Queen, Prince Charles, and the Duchess of Cornwall. Seems like the American president's stay, along with his wife and children, was more than comfortable enough, as the Queen and Trump were pictured chuckling together at the state banquet which was held in honor of the US president. Despite the president's war of words with Meghan Markle, the Duke of Sussex eventually appeared in the palace and helped to show the Trump family around. He was seen accompanying the president's daughter Ivanka on a tour of the royal collection. But for us, it seemed like Harry was a little subdued during the tour and didn't appear keen to hang around, as he soon went to chatting with a senior courtier instead. The stay seemed to be flawless, and afterwards, Trump concluded that it was a great honor for him to meet the 93-year-old monarch. He also added that he's ready to lock horns with the Prince of Wales on climate change. But what really lurks under the guise of all these formalities? The important thing is that right before this very visit, Trump partook in an interview with the British tabloid The Sun. The reporter asked Trump if he was aware of how Markle criticized him during the 2016 elections.
And with as misogynistic as Trump is and so vocal about it.
Right. According to The Sun, the president referred to Markle as a nasty lady for her point of view. Within an instant, the media publications CNN and the New York Times wrote about it as well, saying that Markle has joined the nasty list, meaning that President Trump has a history of insulting women. For instance, he referred to the pornographic film actress Stephanie Clifford as horseface in a tweet. He has also accused women of having fat, ugly faces and of repelling voters because of their looks. He called one woman a crazed, crying lowlife and said another was a dog who had the face of a pig. With such a history, it seems very possible that he called the Duchess nasty. Although the day after the news broke, Trump strongly denied the fact in his Twitter. He wrote, "I never called Meghan Markle nasty. Made up by the fake news media, and they got caught cold. Will CNN, New York Times, and others apologize? Doubt it." So, was he telling the truth? The day after that, an answer below the tweet appeared, which put him right in his place. Here's the tape of you calling her nasty. Enough with the lies. Why don't we check it for ourselves?
She moved to Canada if you got elected. Turned out she moved to Britain.
Well, that would be good. There are a lot of people moving here. So, what can I say? No, I didn't know that she was nasty.
As you can hear, he did say clearly that he didn't know that Meghan was nasty. Although, contrary to his regular behavior, he did not make any other abusive comments, and even added that she will make a very good American princess. But Trump's reaction to the tape was rather predictable. Mr. Trump followed suit by chastising the news media and telling the public not to believe what they had just heard. After his answer, the president's critics began highlighting a line from the dystopian novel 1984, written by George Orwell. "The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command." Though the story didn't end there. Looks like Trump heard what his critics were saying, and in a television interview conducted later on, Mr. Trump finally explained the nasty confusion. Mr. Trump responded by confirming what he had denied for days. The Duchess was nasty about him. But what he really intended to say by using the word nasty was not the rude sense of the word nasty that some might use to refer to women. "I didn't know that she said anything bad about me," Mr. Trump said. "It sounds like she did, and that's okay. I mean, hey, join the crowd, right?" Mr. Trump then tried to justify himself by using the very same tape, saying that he did explain what he meant to say when he called her nasty. "It's actually on tape," the president tried to persuade us. The New York Times found an interesting insight in this whole story. They concluded, Mr. Trump's comments revealed another truth about his presidency. Bad news about him is fake until he says otherwise. What are your thoughts about this story? Do you find it insulting that Trump used nasty in reference to the Duchess of Sussex? Write your answer in the comments below, and thanks for staying with OSSA. Subscribe to our channel to get more updates about your favorite stars, TV shows, and movies. See you next time.